If you have questions, you're most welcome to ask. You can also unmute the microphone and speak, or you can write your questions or shares in chat or by voice as you wish. If you have any questions regarding any topic, something that interests you, that you would like to hear about, please feel free. Yes, Cindy is typing. We are in a way in the last days of the month of Av. Yes, and soon a new moon will be born, Elul. And this is the 6 months from spring. And it is considered to be, or in the Hebrew sources, it is being called one of the bride's moon. Yes, there are 2 months in a year which are considered to be the bride's moon or bride's months, and this is Elul. Yes, and also in the spring and the end of the winter there's another one, Elul and Adar. So there's a preparation and studies, because Elul is before Rosh Hashanah and Sukkot and Yom Kippur. Yes, there's a lot of studying being happening. And also Adar, yes, March, is before Passover, before spring. So those months, the 6 months from spring or the 6 months from autumn, yes, those are considered to be Yarchei Kala, the months of the bride. Yes, Yarchei Kala. Yes, so Elul, the month of Elul is considered to be one of the bride's months. There's a lot of studying happening and preparation. Have you heard this term before regarding the months of Elul? Felipe, Amelech Basadeh, the king is in the field. Yes. In the previous session, Yanis asked about what a sphere is. Yes? She was asking what a sphere is. And we said that sphera, what we say sphere in English, is basically counting. Counting. So, when we speak about the months of Elul, and we speak about the fact that this is the 6 months from spring, the 6 resonates with the sphere because we count 6. Do we understand the relation between Elul, the 6 months from spring, and counting of 6? Where does it locate us? Do we understand this correlation or not? Please feel free to write if you understand this connection, and I can explain broadly, yes, why those specifically the 6 months from spring and the 6 months of autumn are considered to be Yarchei Kala, yes, the bride's moon or months, yes? And what do they have to do with studying and preparing? Yes, yes. The question is, will it help us to see a drawing or just in a way hear it? Can we imagine or we have to see the whiteboard? This is the question. Yanis, what is most helpful for you, to listen plain or to see a sketch, to see a drawing? Felipe, what is most helpful? Abigail and Cindy, I would like to, we'd like to see a sketch. Okay. Can also, yes, whiteboard. So yes, the answer is yes for everyone. Yes. So soon I will open a whiteboard and share it here with us, and on YouTube I have to start a new page. 1 second. We shall open and explain. Yes, this is now, it's loading, opening. Let's start a new one. Yes, we can share it here once it's ready here in class, and then share the screen on YouTube. So tell me if you see it. Say positive if you see the screen. And now I have to change the stream on YouTube as well. Yes, you see it. Let's turn to YouTube. 1 second. Where are we? Have to change the streaming panel. Yeah. Now we can see, I hope. Yes, the whiteboard on YouTube. Hello friends on YouTube. We are very happy to see you here. Yes. So we would like to see what is the relation between sphere and counting, and Elul is the 6 months of spring. Let's imagine that we see in front of our eyes a clock. And let's imagine, yes, this is, so to speak, 12 o'clock high. I just write it here, but ignore it for a while. This is spring, and this is fall. So, like in the clock, yes, please pay attention to the relation between count and sphere. We have first month of spring, second, regardless of the names now. Third month from spring, 4 from spring, 5th from spring, 6, and then we hit the pole. Do you understand this? This is not hard. It's like a clock, but not with the numbers of a clock, but with counting. Is this clear? This kind of relating it to it. Does it clear? Make sense? Yes or no? Yanis? Good. So, the 6 months from spring, this is Elul. Elul. 6. Elul. Now, let's count. Remember, 6 equals Elul from spring. When we go to the systematism of the spheres, or the systematism of days of creation, Yanis, yes, there is day 1, day 2. This is just counting. Counting, it means sphere. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and then day 6. This is already Sfirat Yesod, or foundation. This is clear, just the days of creation. This is clear to you, the 6 days. Now, if we have to locate Elul. On this diagram, where would we write the months of Elul according to the counting from spring? Where would we write the name Elul? What comes to you as an answer if we had to locate Elul on the systematism, yes, of the tree? Where would we locate Elul on the systematism? Yes, both of you completely right. On the 6th day of Sphere of Yesod. Very good. So Elul would be here. Elul. This is the 6 months from spring, so it will be located in the 6 days of Sfirat Yesod. This is understood? This is clear to you before we continue? Cindy, clear, Abigail, Felipe, friends on YouTube, does it make any sense? Yes, good. Now, what comes after 6? Yes, in the days. In the days, in the counting of days, what is coming after 6? Comes. Yes, I'm waiting for you. I would like to walk with you. What comes after the 6th day? 7th day. So let's write the 7th day. Locate him beneath. This is the 7th. Where's the pen? The pen here. The 7th day here. This is the 7th. Now, and this is the question. The month that comes after Elul, do you remember which month comes after Elul? Elul is the 6th month. Yes? Elul is the 6th month. Yes, and here in fall, so to speak, the beginning, the equinox, then we have the 7th month. What comes after Elul, or in which month do we celebrate Rosh Hashanah? Very good, Tishrei. Very good, so Tishrei. Tishrei. Sounds like Ray, like a king, yes? So, this is here on the clock, so to speak. Where would be now Tishrei located on the system? Yes, Rosh Hashanah is a new year. Very good, very good. Yes. Now, where would we locate Tishrei on the systematism of spheres or counting? Where would we write Tishrei next to which number or counting? Where would we? Yes. Yes, Malchut, the 7th day. Both of you are right. Tishrei would be here. Tishrei would be here. Malchut. Now, this, as you can see, is very, very important. Let's make it in a different color. The relation between Yesod, foundation, and Malchut is very, very important. The relation between 6 and the 7 is very important. Why? Why? Why the relation between the 6 and the 7 is extremely important? What is happening? What is the relation between 6 and 7? Or Yesod and Malchut, foundation and kingdom? What happens in this meeting point? What? Unity. Excellent. There's a unity happening. Yes, Yesod, the 6, transfer, yes, or streams to the Malchut, to the heavenly kingdom, all the light from, yes, from the 6 spheres or from the previous 6 months or 6 days. Yes, there is a space of one between them. The groom and the bride unite. Excellent. The groom is the 6, Yesod, yes, the masculine, and the feminine, yes, is the kingdom. So far, we understand the relation between the 6 and the 7, the relation between Elul and Tishrei, why so much study and preparation happens in the 6 months. Do we understand why it is extremely important? You don't. You don't. Yes, why the king is in the field, it means the divinity is close. Yes? Divinity is close, or we close to divinity. In the north hemisphere, this is the last days of the summer, before the equinox. When the sun, or in June, let's say in the north hemisphere perspective, the days are very, very long. There's in the north state, there's almost 21 hours or even 24 hours of light. When we expose to so much light of the sun, we feel, yes, that we are in a way empowered by this energy. We feel this is our own power, our own powers, our own capability. Yes, the persona or the selfing, or what we consider as our bodies, abilities, thinking, skills. Yes, and we think we relate all of this to our own credit. And this is not so, because everything is being given. Elul, as the last months of the summer, when already the light of the day is diminishing, it is still hot, we are closer to the truth, that this is not our own merits or our own powers. And what is happening is being given to us. This is why the sages are saying this phrase, Hamelech Basadeh, Sadeh, field, and I will explain this symbol. Hamelech Basadeh, the king or the source, is present. We can sense that there's a higher power, not just our own merits and power and skills and talents. This is why the sage say about the months of Elul, Hamelech Basadeh, the king or the source, or the unmanifested energy, is in the field, not in the city, in the field. And I will explain also what does it mean. It is closer to us. or we are closer to our true nature. What is our true nature is the infinite, not becoming. Yes. So do we understand why in the months of Elul, Hamelech Basadeh, Hamelech, the king, does not king like we can see in the movies? Yes, it's not, let's say, physical king. Divinity is close, and when we are not in a way masked or colored with personal stories, we can see that we are being activated by higher power, not from our own resources. This is why Elul is called Hamelech Basadeh. Melech as a king, as a sovereign. Yes, the source of life is here. Presence. Only in a way if we, how do you say, lower the volume of our selfing, this mechanical thinking, we can notice it. Otherwise, the volume of our radio station, the selfing station, is taking the whole attention. So now another question, and I hope we understood the phrase or the symbolism of Hamelech Basadeh. What is Sadeh? It's not just a field in English. Let's write the word Sadeh. I'm trying to move here, but here. Sadeh. Sheen. Sin with S. Sadeh. Daled. Hey. Field. But please pay attention. Pay attention to the hay. From what the hay is composed? From which letters the hay is composed? Dalet and Yod. So what is hiding? Which name is hiding in the name Sadeh of field? Which name is hiding? Which name of God is hiding in the word field in Hebrew? Here, Daled. And if we don't draw this part of the hay, just the foot of the hay, this is Shaddai, or 314. So this is why, this is another example how the sages creating symbolism. Hamelech Basadeh, we would say, Hamelech Basadeh, if we translate it to literal English, it would be the king, like we translate stories. Yes? The king is in the field. If it was translation, like mechanical, but the word Sadeh hides the name Shaddai in it. Sadeh. Let's color it again. So we have Shin, Dalet, and the foot of the Hey is Yod. So by using the word Sadeh, which is field in English, they're saying that who is close to us? The name Shaddai. There are many names for God. One of them is Shaddai. Yes, the value of Shaddai is 314. Yes, this is also how we mark in a way the pi. Yes. This is how in a way we can calculate circumferences of a circle. So the king, the presence, the king is the divine presence, is in the field, meaning it is circulating or encompasses us. We cannot run away to the, like in June, yes? The day is long, almost there's no darkness. I am the architect of my life. I'm the director of my life. I'm a screenwriter. Yes, I'm an actor. I'm a producer, and so and so and so. This is not June. This is Elul, HaMelech Basadeh. The presence circles us. Because we are not that big, we are basically nothing. This is the center of the circumferences. This is nothing. And therefore the king, the presence, is in what? In the field of the circle. Do we understand that? Or this is too highly complex to understand? Good morning, Fernando. Good morning, Luke. We are very, very happy that you're here. And this is in a way portrays the problematic, hello, of translating the Hebrew to English, because HaMelech Basadeh, the king is in the field, so what? The king is a farmer preparing, of course. This is not a technical, mechanical translation. Every word in Hebrew hides in it a lot of meaning. So Abigail, in which part you found it difficult to understand? Yes. Yes. Meaning we are little, very good. We are little, we are like babies. Yes? We are being nourished by the higher, not by own powers. Yes? Abigail, which part you did not understand? We were speaking about the months of Elul. I'm just summarizing to those who approach or just came here. We were speaking about the months of Elul, which is the 6 months from spring. And we were, in a way, drawing the months of Elul as the 6 months from spring on a clock dimension. This is how we were introducing the months of Elul. I will move here with the board. And saying that Elul, if we take, in a way, the clock as a frame of thinking, spring would be at the top where 12 is, and we count 6 months and we arrive at Elul. And Elul is the 6 months from spring. And this is considered to be a month of preparation. In Hebrew, the month is also called the bride's moon or the bride's month. And then we prepare the systematisms of spheres and the days. And we asked, if we would have to locate Elul on the systematism, where would it be? According to the principle of counting, because sphere in English means counting in Hebrew. So if Elul is the 6 months, as you answered, Elul will be associated here with the 6 spheres, or with the 6th day, or with Sfirat Yesod. And then we asked, which month comes after Elul? And you say Tishrei. And you answered that Tishrei will be associated with Malchut. Yes? Or with the 7th day. This is why there's a lot of studying and learning are happening in the month of Elul to prepare us to Tishrei, to the 7th month. This was just the beginning. And now we shall make a pausa, or take a pausa, and see how is Fernando and Luke are doing. Yes, how do you do, Fernando? How do you do, Luke? You can unmute and speak. We shall be happy to hear your voices. Of course, Cindy, we shall explain. And also Abigail. Slowly we shall explain everything. Now, Fernando, can you unmute yourself and speak? Because I need to bring here a bit of water. I shall be happy if one of you can unmute and speak until I bring the water. I shall be happy to make a pause here. Hello, Fernando. Good morning.
Shalom, Eti.
Shalom,
Shalom,
shalom.
friends.
Shalom, shalom.
As you can see, I'm moving, so I could only connect now to the class. But I'm happy to be here, Eti, and I'm happy to listen to you. I was missing the class. I missed the class to be here.
Thank you for coming, and we wish you a very good ride and safe drive wherever you are, and safe arriving. Very
Thank you,
good,
Eti.
very good. And yes, I see. Fernando, would you like to share something that you were reading lately with the friends? There's a little
So
story that.
many things,
So,
Eti. First of all, is that I like what you are. I've been thinking it about this many translation. I also saw the Sandra's video that is beautiful about the translation of the Bible and the Hebrew. And I was thinking a lot about this. Like I saw some approaches to the Bible, like thinking how Abraham felt about the binding of Isaac, or what Isaac was feeling in that time, and like people struggling to think how something like this could be possible, and how bad is God, let's say, to demand something. And I was listening and thinking, wow, how can how poor is this approach, because when you start to think about this level of the secret that the sages speak, opening each word, looking at the Hebrew words, and looking at this as something in a different landscape, it is infinite, like
yes,
the ways you can approach to the problem, and you can see it manifesting now in our daily lives, and it enlightens you. So, and you said now about the king in the field, and when you when you see it literally, it is so poor. But when you look from this landscape of the soul, of the secret, it brings you new life. You know, it brings new energy.
That's
And
correct.
also, it is that
Yes, yes,
just
yes,
to share,
yes,
since you asked about what we were reading, also we had this Zohar meeting about Tekev, Parashat Tekev,
yes.
and it was quite beautiful to be present with friends talking about this. It was a beautiful meeting with many friends. So we've been talking about this, the importance of remembering the things that happen, and teaching, and through this process that we have to be here.
So happy to hear. And thank you for relating to Sandra's videos. Thank you so much for sharing with us those beautiful videos. And thank you for sharing the Zohar meetings that you had. I'm very happy to hear you. Now, the question that I ask myself now is, or what would you like to continue with explaining the relation between Tishrei and Elul, explaining the idea what or why Elul is considered to be the moon or the month of the bride. There is a lot of preparation happening. Yes, there's a lot of studying happening. Those are major gates in the year, basically. Elul and Adar. Yes, if we count from fall to spring, Adar comes out as the 6 months. I will not write it now. And Adar will be considered again as the 6th from fall. It will be considered as Yesod. Yes, this is quite interesting. Maybe, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's not so much wedding, physical wedding, Cindy. The bride is the soul. The bride is the soul. It's not so much of registration of marriage. I don't know what happens in the offices, but when the sages are speaking about Yarchei Kala, the months, the months of the bride, is speaking of preparation. How our bodies are being prepared to receive the divine soul, or to acknowledge that there is even in us, through us, a divine soul is speaking. Yes. Yes, Fernando, did you want to say, or Felipe, would you like to say something? So this is why Adar, yes, before Passover, before spring, Adar, those stand against each other as 180 degrees are considered to be concentrated months of traditionally learning. Now we have internet and people are connected by the phone. But in previous times in history, people could not have access to study or to learning. Yes, because people used to work very far away from the city or from studying. So the public, the Hebrew public used to concentrate the studies either in Elul, preparation for the season of holiday, or in Adar before Passover, concentrated meeting and studying, preparing. Because everything is relative. Yes, nothing is absolute. When we think that something is absolute happening, we are becoming the owner of the thought. And this to show us that we are not owners and everything is in motion. This is it. Everything is moving, everything is changing. The word sadeh, field, is not field, is something else, is implying, yes, geometrical relations. And it is important. I mean, it is interesting how much you want to look inside, not outside, because we said there are two, inside and outside. Inside is inside and upper from us, or infinite, and outside is down or gravity. Yes, out is turning to the multiplicity. Inside to nothing. Yes? So where do we turn? Ifelul, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, Sandra. Yes. To judgment. Um, if the king is in the field, it's more like a presence. There's a sense of there is higher power than ourselves. Yes. Some people, it depends of whom do you ask. Yes. It depends of whom do you ask. There is, in a way, a relation between the 6 and the 7. Yes. So, and you could say also that 6 in a way is a dual number. So it is bouncing. But it is mostly presence. There's a sense, the great sense of presence. We see this today. I mean, those days, last days of August, that the heat wave is in a way a decisive component. We cannot do, nobody can do whatever he or she likes, because the heat is flattening everyone, and everything that we do is quite portion, like drop by drop by drop. We're very happy. Okay, this has happened today. Great. Great. There is no so much demand. Yes. Yes, Yanis. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, Yanis. Yes. You miss the summer. You can come here until December. Does even January? It's hot. Here, the summer has a long tail. Yes. Yes. We were speaking about what is a melech basadeh. The king is in the field, not just in English, but we were showing how in the word sadeh, field, in Hebrew, the name Shaddai, yes, the revealed, yes, is hiding. So we are all circled by the divine presence when we are basically nothing. So we feel, in a way, in the 6 months from spring, the divine presence more than we feel ourselves or the selfing. It is felt. Who's the boss here? In June, in the beginning of the summer, everybody is their own captain, their own architects. They know where they're going to. They know where they're gonna head and achieve. There are plans. Yeah. Now there is no doubt. Like balloons without air. You know, sometimes for children, for birthday or general, we take balloons and we fill them with air, and there's like party. Now the balloon has no air. And we are very grateful to be living, and we don't have the sense of, to all of us, It's just okay. The bus came. Well, we're on the bus. We came on time. One piece at home. No bombing. No earthquake. Thank God. There is a feeling. I don't know how it is outside of Israel, but here there's a sense, a great sense that there's something else is going on, and it's not our own merit or our own powers or thoughts or initiations. It's not. Hamelech Basadeh. The divinity is circling us, and we are in the center, not like babies in a way, in the sense of selfing, in the center as nothing, because nothing is the center of the circle. This is the meaning of Elul. The abbreviation of Elul in Hebrew is from the book Song of Songs. Elul is abbreviation. Ani ledodi, ani ledodi, ani ledodi. I am for my beloved one or my uncle. Vedodi li, and my uncle is for me. When the uncle is not physical uncle. Yes? Elul is abbreviation of Aleph. Aleph is Ani. Ani is I in English. Source. Yes, Ani is not as I am the dominant, but I, Ani, Ledodi, Lamed, Vedodi, Li, for me. What is this saying, this verse from Shir Hashirim, Song of Solomon? First, we feel that there's a higher power. So we feel there's a higher power than ourselves. This is Ani Ledodi, I for the high power, the beloved one or uncle, the higher power, the higher source, and the higher source is for me. But first, we sense. This is abbreviation of Elul. We sense that there is a higher power than us, higher power, and we acknowledge it. I for the high power. This is a recognition. I'm not a king. We are for the high power, which revives us all. And the higher power is for us, revives us. But there's an acknowledgement here. This is why also Elul is associated with the Yesod, foundation, and Yedi'ah, knowing, like the groom knows the bride. Yes, there's a sense of knowing, recognition. When we have a sense in terms of geometry, speaking in the language of geometry, when we have the sense of I am capable, I am the owner of my own power, this is a linear thinking. Yes? And I made this, let's say, I build this building, let's say, architect says, I build it. Yes? We would draw the sense of achievement like that. This is a sense of achievement. Call it Mars or whatever. But there's a sense of nothing. Yes? This is Hamelech Basadeh. The king is in the field. We are nothing. So when baby grows, he goes with the notion, I want to, I want to grow, I want to do this, and we go with this linear thinking. But at some point, Yes, life is a good teacher. And we sense that whatever happens does not come from us. And this is more the sense of Elul, the sense of nothingness. This is sometimes, Cindy, the only thing that makes us awake. You know, if we experience something, because just to give you a little thing, like the daily habits that we have, or we are moving through habits, doing technical or mechanical things. Yes, this card we keep here in the wallet, and these keys we put here, and something comes, and there's a hit, a beat, and all of those something really not nice or painful comes, or even really, let's call it painful, and changes all the ways that we see life, or even the daily activities from A to B, even the way we just structure the bag that we go, or the way we dress. And we are not capable of those changes. We are incapable of changing things. So the change, and it's for good, it might be felt as a pain, as an earthquake, series of earthquake, series of missiles attack, war, all kinds of shadows, yes? But those events, or the consequence of those events, are changing our perspectives. And it's very important to go through them. Because we think, why did it happen, and like this and not like that, and because we think everything is personal, why did it happen? We are lacking the perspective that nothing is in a way personal, though we feel it personal. It's not personal. There's a need to change the coordinates, so something will move through us, and we should change the coordinates. I see this in the daily life. Yeah, very, very vivid, very, very vivid. Yes, yes. There is a sense of a truth in Elul. The closer we get to Tishrei, there's a more sense of truth about our true nature, which is not mechanical. And this is a beautiful month. There's also silence. The heat waves of the summer are flattening, and there's more listening. There's more listening, definitely. And just to return to Jana's question, because this is a core question, and how did we arrive to speak about Elul? Elul will come the Saturday, Sunday. Yes, will come. This is the 6th month from spring. And to explain, Yanis, what sphere means in Hebrew. Sphira in Hebrew means counting. And this is why the sages always count. Once we are counting, we can locate the names on the systematisms of spheres, and we can see their relations. Yes, it is beautiful because it's not personal. Yes, yes. And now, a question to you. Which sign of the astrological signs marks Elul? Yes? Yes. Virgo. Betula. Very good. Betula. So, who is a Virgo in us? The soul. The soul is virgin. Yes? The soul is virgin. Also, Weinreb gives it numerical value and he sails beautifully. Yes? But the soul is a Virgo. Have you heard this before? The relation between the soul as a virgin? Have you heard this before? No. Yes. The soul? Yes. The soul is a virgin. Always. Yes. Yes. Now think about this deeply when you have the time to ponder about virginity. Questions so far? Yes. Yes, Cindy. Very good. Very good. Very good. Oh, I see that there's writing here. Hello, Shlomo. Let's see, what do you write here? I would like to see. And this is in a way very interesting because we said that Elul is one of the Yarchei Kala, yes, the months or the moons of the bride. And the sign of Elul is a Virgo. Yes, yes, Abigail. Forever, forever and ever virgin. Yes. Excellent. Excellent, Abigail. Any questions about Elul, about Tishrei, about virginity, about the story of binding of Isaac, which is happening in Tishrei, about the story of Habakkuk, the prophet Habakkuk, that Elisha, the prophet, revived, also happened in Rosh Hashanah. The story of Jonah also happened in Rosh Hashanah. And the ram, the shofar, slicing time from the infinite. This is the meaning of Rosh Hashanah, the head of the year. Yes, like a baby, yes, which is being born. Usually when it's healthy, it comes first with the head out. Also Rosh Hashanah comes with the head. So Rosh Hashanah, the head of the year, comes first, and then the body of the year. The head of the year is the 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippurim, Day of Atonement. In those 10 days, there is a process called slicing. slicing the time, the coming year from the infinite. Yes, this is a beautiful process that if you would like to speak about, we shall be delighted. And if you want to read, yes, biblical chapters like Jonah's story, and to record yourself reading Luke, Cindy, Sandra, Yanis, Felipe, Fernando, each one of you, Shlomo, or friends on YouTube, if you would like to read one of the chapters, one of the stories that are being told or happening around Rosh Hashanah, you are most invited to record them in any language and to share them here on Discord, or we can share them also on YouTube posts with our friends. We shall be delighted. Yes, yes. Once we were here new in the country and we had to go to the German embassy in Tel Aviv for registration, and it was around this time of the year, and when we returned with the train back from Tel Aviv to Haifa, somebody went into the train with a shofar and blew in it. It was like, I don't know, it was really shivering to hear it. People, just volunteers, went into the train and blew the shofar from one caravan, or how to say this word in English, between one cell of the train to another, just blew the shofar on the way back home. Yes, yes. Once also we came back from abroad. It was also the days before Rosh Hashanah, in the airport, Tel Aviv airport, Ben Gurion airport, and it was so empty, the airport, empty, and the only people that we saw in the airport, like people are dressed with praying dresses, yes, and they were praying, like there were a few, but they were moving like they were one entity. And since the airport was so empty, you could feel the wind is moving. This sense of emptiness, this is what marks the time more than anything else, this emptiness. Yes, Luke, thank you for sharing. Yes, yes, that's true. Yes, yes, the Virgin is empty. Very good. Yes, I see. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. So beautiful. And if you want to read, to create, whatever comes to you, feel free to share it with us, and we can share it with friends on YouTube. So until the coming Shabbat, which is in 2 days from now, we want to wish you a very good weekend. Shabbat Shalom, and see you soon, hopefully on Saturday. Toda and Shalom.